So Ginni Thomas, the wife of a Supreme Court justice, pushes the big lie on the American people. Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So I'm on the road at the moment, but I could not let today go by without commenting on the January 6 committee testimony of Ginni Thomas, wife of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. Here is the Washington Post reporting. Ginni Thomas falsely asserts to January 6 panel that election was stolen, chairman says. And that article begins, Virginia Ginni Thomas, the wife of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, reiterated her belief that the 2020 election was stolen during her interview Thursday with the committee investigating the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol, according to the panel's chairman, Representative Benny Thompson. Her false assertion, nearly 2 years after Joe Biden's victory, came during a 5-hour closed-door interview with the committee. Now, friends, Ginni Thomas is married to a judge, Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. And we know that 65 judges, including judges appointed by Donald Trump, rejected, threw out, denied every single lawsuit that was filed claiming that there was election fraud. A clean sweep. 65 judges said no election fraud, undermining Joe Biden's win. One of Donald Trump's own appointees, Christopher Krebs, director of the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, announced this was the safest, most secure election in U.S. history. For gosh sakes, even Bill Barr, who I will rarely cite as an authority on anything, even Bill Barr said there was no systematic fraud undermining the election's results. The election was not stolen or rigged or fraudulent. And yet Ginni Thomas, against that backdrop, Ginni Thomas continues to push the big lie on the American people. But you know what, friends? That might not be the only lie Ginni Thomas told the J6 committee. She said she didn't speak with her husband about the election or her post-election activities while texting Mark Meadows, "This is a fight of good versus evil. Evil always looks like the victor until the King of Kings triumphs. Do not grow weary in well-doing. The fight continues. I have staked my career on it. Well, at least my time in D.C." Ginni Thomas staked her career on it, her time in D.C., but she never talked to her husband about any of it. But wait, friends, there's more. "Thank you," Ginni texted to Mark Meadows on November 24. "Needed that. This plus a conversation with my best friend just now. I will try to keep holding on. America is worth it." Just had a conversation about this with my best friend. And it's been reported that Ginni Thomas refers to her husband, Clarence Thomas, as her best friend, but she doesn't talk to her husband about any of this. You know, friends, Ginni Thomas sits comfortably amongst the ruling class criminals, the Donald Trumps, the John Eastmans, and so many others. People who believe they're above the law, people who believe they're untouchable, the ruling class criminals. You know, they believe they're untouchable with good reason. The system doesn't seem terribly interested in touching them. And that is something that needs to change. They need to be taken down, they need to be held accountable, and we need to repair and rebuild not only our country and its institutions, but the public trust and confidence in those institutions. Because justice matters. Friends, as always, please stay safe, please stay tuned, and I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.